And commando parenting, to me, means that you make a commitment to totally immersing yourself into the plan. And let me tell you how radical my thinking is about this, Dad. I mean, if that means you have to quit your job, if that means you have to sell your house and live in a tent, you do whatever you have to do to say, I am taking control of this family, and we are not going to have this behavior. You cannot leave her to deal with this because you want to be the nice guy. You're overwhelmed. She is overwhelmed here. She's saying, I got nothing. And the second thing you gotta do is you gather the army. And if you guys are the team, then you need to fall back and say, look, we got a job here. It is our job to deliver them to adulthood safe and sound, hopefully educated and prepared for the next level, and we're not doing that. And if you have to, you strip their existence. I mean, see, we have an entitled generation here. They think they're entitled to cars, cell phones, designer clothes, hairdos, makeup. Your responsibility is to provide these children with shelter and food. That's it. And I have to tell you, if these were my daughters, when they got home today, there would be a twin bed in their bedroom. Period. It's warm, it's dry, there's a bed. They would have clothes. They would not be designer clothes. They would be fundamental, cover your body, stay warm when it's cold and cool when it's hot clothes. You gotta earn, everything above that is a privilege. Everything above that is a privilege. It's not an entitlement. And you don't back down. You make clear what is forbidden behavior. And when they choose the behavior, you choose the consequences. If you girls were going home with me, I promise you, you could do drugs or drink one time. And then I would take you out of the game. If you don't have the wherewithal and the ability for them to function, then they need to be somewhere that is highly structured, somewhere that rolls them out of the bed at 6:30 in the morning, somebody that puts them in class until the work is done, somebody that does what has to be done. When they choose the behavior, they choose the consequences. You may say, oh, I just feel terrible. I've sent my girls to this highly structured school. But you know what? You're doing your job. You may not be popular, but you're doing your job. And that's what has to happen. And failure to enforce consequences, you'll sabotage their development. You put them in control. You put them in control. You say, you do this, you get that. You do this, you get that. You do this, you do that. That way it's up to them. It's not you deciding whether they have a television in the room or not. They decide that by their conduct. That's up to them. And you got to be prepared for war. If they run, get the police. I would rather have them safe in jail than at risk on the street. You have to be prepared to do what you have to do to get this under control. And you have to reward good behavior. I always told our boys, I said, look, you guys can earn more than you could ever cheat and steal. You can get more out of Robin and I by doing a great job than you're ever going to be able to sneak around and do.